full name is Robert Dawe. I was born on the 4th of January in 1938, and I'm a professional singer.
My guest in conversation today is Robert Dawe OAM. Rob, thank you for spending some time with me to have a chat this afternoon.
It's a great pleasure, James. Lovely to see you again.
Rob, we're here in the Adelaide Town Hall, which is a venue you've performed in many times and I've seen you perform in. It's a significant venue. Tell me about what it's like to be here and what it's like to sing here as well.
Nostalgic. It's wonderful. It's a very good concert hall. One of the best concert halls in Australia for acoustics, for atmosphere. It's terrific.
We've been speaking about your first singing teacher, Arnold Matters.
Yep.
What was he like as a man, as a bloke, singing or non-singing?
He was a gentleman. And you don't see the Arnold Matters today. He was a thorough gentleman in every way. And it came forth in his singing as well. But he could still do us at John Falstaff, no worries. And he was very well known for his Falstaff all in Europe.
How long had you been learning from Arnold when you saw him as Falstaff?
Oh, not long.
Was it impressive to see your teacher up
most
there?
Impressive, yes. Very impressive.
Did you at any point sing like Arnold or sound like Arnold or him like you, or you had different instruments?
Different instruments, yes. Of course, there are things that you try and emulate. Tips that he'd give you, about mixing vowels and whatnot. I still hear him say whenever I do certain things, I still hear him saying about what to do, and I always say that it doesn't matter what the vowel is, there's always an O in there, and it doesn't really matter what the vowel is. If you've got the O, you've got the space, you see, and that gives you that depth that you can control.
How precious is the voice?
It is very precious. And I think I was very impressed years ago, another dreamer Gerontius, and this was in Sydney, and the tenor was Ronald Dowd, Australian tenor. Now, he was 68 at the time, and I remember being very impressed with that. And I thought, gee, this guy's 68 and he can still sing Gerontius. Well, I had a triple bypass at the beginning of 2008, and I couldn't sing for some years, whether the vocal cords had been damaged or not, I don't know, or whether it was this tube that they stick down your throat, when they saw you in half. I really don't know what it was, or whether it was the fact that I didn't do any singing for so long because of the operation. But I couldn't, and I was nowhere near the standard that I really wanted to be. But just recently, in the last year or so, I've found that I can sing again, make a reasonable sound. Hopefully it'll be to an acceptable professional standard, and maybe do some more concerts.
Singing is such a rare and noble profession.
But you meet so many wonderful people. If you're doing operas, you meet lots of people. Mostly all the top people are wonderful, but it's the conductors that I really took a lot of notice of. They're the stars, really. They're the musicians. To have done some Dreamer Gerontius with Sir David Wilcox conducting is a highlight, working with Sir Charles Mackerras. But so many conductors, I've sung with about over 60, I think, international conductors.
You've had such an interesting career, and it's great that you're singing again, and I can't wait to hear the next chapter. Thank you for setting some time aside to speak with me this afternoon.
Thank you very much for having me.
My guest has been Robert Dawe in conversation. My name is James Pratt. Thank you for watching.